Hey there, effortless runners. Welcome to your running form tip of the week. This week, slightly different because we're not talking about form per se, but I wanted to talk about a topic that I regularly get asked about, and that's the topic of breathing. So how do I breathe? Well, we're about to go into a set of Yasso 800s, which we use as a marathon prep, and I know for sure that by the end of this set of 10 800s, I will be gasping for air. Okay, I'm going to need as much oxygen into my body as possible to actually pull off this set. When you're talking about breathing, it is important to know at what pace you're running. So for instance, in my long run, I can control my pace a lot better. I can control my breathing a lot better than I can in an interval set like this. What it basically comes down to is that as long as you've got control over your breath, as long as you're not working at a high intensity zone, you can try and control your breath. If you're working at maximum heart rate, if you're really pushing it, there is no way to actually control your breathing, at least from my point of view. It's just trying to get its mouth open, no nose breathing whatsoever. It's just I'm trying to get as much air in as possible because I'm trying to finish the set, right? My muscles are screaming for oxygen. When we can control our breathing in a longer run at a lower intensity, what I like to do is I like to breathe at a rhythm of 3. So I would be breathing in for 3 steps, and I'm breathing out for 3 steps. And the reason I like to do this is because it gives me an in-breath that alternates on my left foot and my right foot. So every 3, I would start breathing in on my left, and then the other 3, I would start breathing in on my right. And it's a bit like bilateral breathing when you're swimming. So if you can breathe to both sides when you're swimming, you are a little bit more stable in the water. Now for running, it's not really, there's no clear-cut conclusion that really is the case, that you're more balanced in running when you do this. I just find it helps for me. Other people like to swear by a 2 breath in, 2 breath out. So you've got a 2 and 2 breathing rate or a 3 and 3 breathing rate. And there's even people that say like you try and breathe in for 3 and then breathe out for 2. What I think you will be helpful is if you experiment with it. Try it. Try to see what fits best for you. If you're going to experiment with it in your long run. Don't experiment with it in your weekly interval set, because chances are that you'll be needing all the oxygen you can get, and it's just, by the end of it, it might not be very pretty. It's just trying to get through the set, and you're breathing as hard and as you can. On the topic of nose breathing, if I can, I'll try and breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. But I really don't feel that there's any difference between breathing in through my mouth and out through my mouth, or breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. Might be that it actually calms me down a little bit more if I breathe in through my nose, but that might be psychosomatic as well, because I think that I've got more in the tank. Anyway, I hope you find this useful. Try to experiment with it. Breathing every 2, breathing every 3. Who knows? Let me know what works best for you. Happy training!